Hey everybody, Zach from Primrose Productions Music here with another video for you today. Today I want to talk about the importance of acoustic treatment. Now, acoustic treatment is something that I've talked about on the channel before, but I recently did a little adjustment to the acoustic treatment in my mixing room, so I have a couple of actual real-time examples that I can show you of what the difference in the room sound is from before the new treatment and after the new treatment. But before we jump into that, if you guys have enjoyed the content on this channel, if you found it helpful at all, then I would really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button. I know that more than 90% of the people watching all these videos are not subscribed to the channel, so if you could just hit that button and the little bell icon next to me, I would really appreciate it. It really helps me out. It helps me to get more videos to you faster by allowing me to have a reason to dedicate more of my time to this. So if you like the content, hit that button. Thank you so much. Anyway, acoustic treatment. So, in my room, I've been noticing that with my mixes, I've been consistently having a very specific problem with my mixes for a while now. And what that problem was is I would have a mix sounding good in my room, and then I would go and listen to it in the car or somewhere else, and it was still a pretty good overall mix, but there was a problem in the low mids. There was always a little bit of weird low end buildup, and I couldn't isolate it because I couldn't hear it myself in the room just because there wasn't enough treatment in here and there was just too much reverb from the room and it was masking that sound. So you can see there's panels behind the speakers. There's also panels off to the side here. I think I've shown you in another video. But there was nothing directly above my mixing position. There was nothing on the ceiling, generally called an acoustic cloud. There were no panels right above my mixing position. So I figured that that must be where most of the problems were coming from, because obviously the sound's going up, hitting the ceiling, and bouncing right back down at me. So I decided to install these 3 acoustic panels right there. And I got some images on the screen for you right now, and you can see start to finish I had that big space, and I put those panels up. And I just wanted to show you guys what a difference that can make in the sound. So after I put these clouds up and I opened up the mix I was actively working on, I instantly heard a bunch of little issues with it that needed fixing. And like I said, if I can't hear it, I can't fix them. Same thing with every other mix engineer ever. If you can't hear the problems in your mix because there's too much other stuff going on in your room, then you're not going to be able to fix those problems. So the treatment is what did that. Now I have a real-time example for you. I want to show you what the sound actually sounds like. So for an example, we're going to use the last song that I did before the panels went up. It's a song by the Olsen Brothers Band. I'm going to put a link to them in the description if you guys want to go check them out and check out the new single. But anyway, here's just for a reference, here's a clip of the final mix of the song. Check that out.
You tell me that you want that's just not enough. So come on back to reality. And now is not the time for you to run us all into the ground. There's nothing we can do unless a resolution's found. But they say no, 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 no.
So as you can see, overall, it's not a terrible mix. Like, it's, in my own opinion, it's a pretty good mix. But you might be able to tell that there's a little bit of that low-end buildup. So, just to show you more specifically, I set up a microphone in the listening position, which is right where I am now, facing towards the monitors. And before I put the panels up, and I played that track through the speakers, and so the mic would pick up what the room sounds like with that. And I wasn't sure what would work best to show the example, if a cardioid polar pattern would work best or an omnidirectional polar pattern would work best. So I did it with both. So I just set the mic up in the listening position and I did a before and after of the same song from the same spot in the room, before and after the clouds went up, to see what the room sounded like. So I'm going to show you both pairs. I'm going to show you the cardioid versions and I'm going to show you the omnidirectional versions because, again, they both hear a little more. Obviously, cardioid polar patterns are picking up just what's in front of them, so it was kind of getting like the middle line in between the speakers, not necessarily the whole stereo image. And then we also have the omnidirectional version, which obviously is picking up more of the stereo image, but it's also catching what's bouncing back off the back wall. So yeah, that probably is the best one to show you the real difference. But anyway, let's check out these examples. Here is the cardioid version before the panels went up.
Tell me that you want to be the way that we used to be. But that's just not enough. So come on back to reality. And now is not the time for you to run us all into the ground. There's nothing we can do unless a resolution's found. But they say no, 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 no.
All right, and here's the cardioid version after the panels went up.
You tell me that you want to be the way that we used to be, but that's just not enough. So come on back to reality. And now is not the time for you to run us all into the ground. There's nothing we can do unless a resolution's found. But they say no, 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 no.
So as you can see, there's significantly less reverb in the room with those panels there. There's still a little bit, which could probably be treated by putting a couple more panels over on this end, but it made a drastic improvement, which is great because, again, now I can hear more problems in the mix. So I'm also going to show you the omnidirectional version because that might make it a little more obvious what's going on. So here's the omnidirectional version before the panels went up.
You tell me that you want to be the way that we used to be, but that's just not enough. So come on back to reality. And now is not the time for you to run us all into the ground. There's nothing we can do unless a resolution's found. But they say no, 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 no.
And again, here's the omnidirectional version after the panels went up.
You tell me that you want to be the way that we used to be, but that's just not enough. So come on back to reality. And now is not the time for you to run us all into the ground. There's nothing we can do unless a resolution's found. But they say no, 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 no.
So as I'm sure you could tell from that one, if you couldn't tell from the first one, there's a very big difference in the reverb in the room. If you listen to the before versions, there's clearly a lot of reverb. There's a little bit of high end, but really you can hear it in the mids. It just sounds muddy overall. Just everything sounds muddy in those versions. And then if you listen to the after versions, then that mid-range mud goes away. You can actually hear the mid-range of the track more, which means that, again, if you can hear it, you can fix it. So now I don't have that muddiness in the low end anymore, so I can isolate the problems with it and pull them out with EQ, which was something that I just couldn't do before. I didn't have enough treatment to hear my mix properly. So yeah, that's the importance of acoustic treatment. It really makes the complete difference in whether or not you can hear what you're doing. And obviously, as a mix engineer, that is the most important thing, is to be able to hear what you're doing. So I hope you guys liked that video. We do things like this all the time. I put out a new video every week. So if you want to see more stuff like this, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.